Hey y'all, I am hopping back in my ride and I thought I'd hop on here with y'all for a minute. Here in the United States, we are getting ready. It's the weekend before Thanksgiving, and so I like to come to town the week prior to Thanksgiving before the crowds just get crazy trying to fight over a can of cranberry sauce or something. So that's what I'm doing. And I want to tell y'all a couple of things that if you live locally, this is no longer at Brookshire's or Walmart. They are sold out, okay? But Big Star, yes, locally owned Big Star has plenty, and she was even restocking the shelves. So go there if you need that, because Big Star has got it. And I'm so thankful they do. Yes, I am. Trying to get y'all lined up. I'm trying to pull out a Big Star here. Let's see here. Let me concentrate for a minute. Y'all just excuse me just for a moment. Here we go. All right. I hope I don't drop y'all in the meantime. But yeah, they had that marshmallow cream, and I was so very happy because I've got a couple of recipes I wanted to make with y'all really soon. And I guess for Thanksgiving, I wonder what everybody's doing with that. Are they putting it on top of like sweet potatoes maybe, or maybe some pies? I don't know, but literally I asked in both stores and they said they were completely out at Brookshire's and Walmart. And I go to Big Star to get all my meats because their meats are wonderful in there. Big Star's got things that you didn't even dream of, and they got it in there ready for you to cook. They just have unique little things like that, and I really like them, and I love that they're locally owned. So I'm giving them a little shout out, especially because they came through with that marshmallow cream and I was really happy. It's on the aisle with the graham cracker crust and the cake mixes and stuff. That's where it is, kind of about knee high or so, knee or thigh high, and I was so tickled to find it. Yes, I was. And another thing I want to tell y'all, these are really nice to bake during Thanksgiving or Christmas or any holiday like that. These little Cornish hens. Big Star has a whole box of them in the freezer section, and they're on sale. So I was just letting you know that. And there was a man in there shopping with his family, and he said, we got to get some of those now because they never have them. And I heard him say that, and I said, did you say, because I had picked them up and I thought, well, I don't know if I'm going to make those for Thanksgiving because I got a big old ham from Big Star. So I said, I'll come back around Christmas because I would love to do a little recipe I have with those. You make about 4 of those, so it's a little intimate setting, and it's a big plate of rice, and it has things like cranberries and pecans in the rice, and it's just really, really good with the little Cornish hens, and it's a really simple little meal, but very elegant and showy. You know, you'll really impress when you bring that out. So anyway, I thought I wanted to do that, but I was like, I don't really have time before Thanksgiving. Oh, I see Satsumas for sale on the side of the road for $8 for a big old bundle of them in a bag. Those look so good. Anyway, those are like an orange, if you don't know what a satsuma is, here in Louisiana. But anyway, I was talking about the Cornish hens. So yeah, I want to do that, but I put them back. I literally picked one up and I put it back. I said, I'll come back in here. Well, lo and behold, I didn't even notice they were on sale. And then I heard that man say that, and I said, oh my goodness, are you for real? And he said, yeah, I come in here all the time looking for Cornish hens, and I'm not seeing any. So his wife was loading some up, and so I said, well, that was my cue. That was God let me hear him say that. And so I loaded 4 up. So I thought I would do a little nice little dinner, just something a little different with y'all here. Maybe that's what I'll do for mine and John's Christmas Eve dinner that we like to do together. I don't know. We will see, but I went on and picked them up because they were on sale. Oh, I see the sun is just flashing, y'all. Big time right there. Goodness gracious. That's crazy. Let me turn y'all a little further in. But I think that's all I wanted to talk to y'all about, is that Big Star has marshmallow cream in case you're looking for it. And then I just thought I would visit with y'all if you want to. I don't have anything important to say after this point though, so you can click me off if you want to. But yeah, I'm just trying to get all my shopping done so I can just stay at home several days and cook. Y'all know how I do. And we've been making things like pumpkin things, and I still have a couple more pumpkin things I want to make. And we're just bouncing all over the place, aren't we? And so, did y'all just go back down? I can't tell. It looked like it out of the corner of my eye. Anyway, I just thought I'd let y'all ride with me back home. And the trees are all turned here, so pretty and orange. And I gotta stop and feed the little kitty cat. He's gotta have his little meal. It's 3 little kitty cats at the dumpster. I'm still feeding them. I've still not been able to catch them. They are wild as March hares, literally. And so anyway, y'all can stop and feed them with me. And then we can head on to the house. This morning I was awakened by Blake and Amanda driving up. And they weren't going to bother me, but you know me, I'm going to go out and help. They were coming to get their chickens. Blake rebuilt a chicken coop. I got to take y'all over there and show y'all the chicken coop he built at their new place. And Amanda's little grooming shop. It is so cute. And if you get your dog groomed in town, call her. I hope to do a little commercial and show y'all. She is booked up for Thanksgiving. That's so crazy. But she really treats animals like her own, and she loves on them. And I've been there many times when she's working on them, and even when they get upset, she's so good to them and just treats them like her own. And I'm not saying that because, you know, I'm trying to get her business. I'm telling y'all that because it's the truth. I promise. Yes, I do. But yeah, we're already coming back out of town, headed to my house where it's just a bunch of woods everywhere. But anyway, I threw on my robe and I went down there and I helped them load up chickens. And we got heat lamps and their little coop. Blake also built them another little coop, so they'll have 2 coops in their backyard there at their new home. And I have to show y'all because they're super cute. And and they had feed and their water and stuff like that. So my grand chickens have left the farm. And of course I still have my chickens, and Amanda's going to start selling my chicken eggs and her chicken eggs from her grooming shop in town in Farmerville. So that's another thing, you can buy fresh eggs, because I don't know like when I'm going to be home or if I'm in the office and such, so I can't just have like fresh eggs for sale because a lot of times I wouldn't be there. I don't want somebody driving all the way out. But Amanda is right up in town, and if you see her in her grooming shop, that's where she's going to sell them out of. So she'll be able to grab you a dozen. I think she said something like $3 a dozen. I don't know. I don't care. I just would love people to have fresh eggs, and if I know people, I take them and I give them to them. But then I still end up with a huge influx of them. Like tonight, we're grilling steaks, John and me, and I'm going to make fried rice, and I always put like way too many eggs in there, and people will say that on my video, whoa, that's a little too many eggs for me. But it's because I have so many eggs. I'm like, well, we're just gonna eat a whole bunch of eggs, you know. So anyway, that's what I'm doing tonight to try to use up some eggs, and then I'm gonna make cornbread for dressing and things like that, and that sweet potato casserole. I don't think I'm gonna actually cook those with y'all this year. Well, this month, okay, this Thanksgiving month, maybe closer to Christmas. I almost want to do something a little different, like do it all in a crock pot, because I have a wonderful crock pot dressing recipe, and I would love to do that with y'all. And even a dessert, you know, you can even do a dessert in there. So I think that would just be something a little different and new. And so I'm just going to keep doing like treats, sweet treats, and fun little things like that. I've been making quick and easy little pumpkin recipes with y'all, but I've got some really, I call them serious cakes, you know, that really are nice looking, and they're more involved, you know, because I like to do those too. I used to work at the gingerbread house in town, and we sold beautiful holiday cakes, and I did every one of the birthday cakes going out of there. I mean, every one of them. None of the other girls would even touch a birthday cake. So I would be making sometimes 50 birthday cakes on Friday and Saturday, and all sorts of requests. And I remember I worked for Teresa Sharp, and she and I both, I had a request one time to do a booby cake. And I called her, my boss, and I was like, they want me to do that? And she said, well, I tell you what. She said, tell them as long as we can put a bikini top on that cake, then you'll do it. And so I called them and I said, can I put a bikini top on it? And they said yes. So we compromised on the booby cake. And that was funny. But anyway, so yeah, I love to do real pretty cakes is what I was getting at when I went off on my booby cake recipe. There's a hunter here at the dumpster, but he looks pretty good. Like maybe he's really throwing away garbage. I'm gonna feed the kitties, okay? And y'all stay right here. I'll be right back. I will. Well, I've been visiting at the dumpster. That was Bill Brazier, and that is the very first time I met him, because y'all know I got implanted out here 30 years ago, Mary and John, and so he grew up right down the road from John on our road, and he's out here hunting. He lives on the lake now, but he's out here hunting. So he was just telling me about all kinds of memories. He was saying how his daddy caught in our pond, which was John's Pepaw's pond. John Ashley Walker was his name, and he said his daddy one time hung a bass that was close to 10 pounds in our pond, and there was a hog pen, and I know right where it is. It was just a area that Pepaw had some hogs in, and it was on the land, and also went down into the pond so they could go down in there and drink, and I guess get in the water if they wanted to. So anyway, he said that fish went in that hog pen and snapped that line, but his daddy actually grabbed that fish down in that hog pen, and it actually had 2 other hooks in its mouth where other people have been doing the same thing. So that was a good story, wasn't it? I know, I loved it. He's a really, really nice man, and he said tell John hi. He already knew that John shot a deer this morning. Big old buck, and he normally lays them down right there, but for some reason it didn't lay, and it took off running. And so when I left, John had Gary Cobb coming. He is a local friend around here. He's got black-mouthed curs, which is John's most favorite dog in the whole wide world. And anyway, he's got these wonderful tracking dogs. He's called from all around, all over here. And he's married to my friend Carolyn. And hey, girl. And so anyway, I wanted to give them a shout out anyway, because you call him and he'll run his dog somewhere and try to find the deer. So that's what was going on when I left for town to go get groceries. And Mr. Benny, Archie, which is our neighbor just down the road. I know I told y'all neighbors mean maybe a mile or 2 down the road, but he also needed Gary to come find a deer with his black-mouthed cur. And so I don't know which dog it was, or I'll tell y'all what name, who it is a-coming, but maybe I can find that out later. So anyway, that's what, you talk about news traveling. Bill Brazier just said to me at the dumpster, did John find that deer? I was like, what? How do you know? And he said he had talked to Mr. Benny, who had called Gary, bringing the dog, and Gary said, well, I got to go to John's first, then I'll come to you. Mr. Gary needs to charge. He needs to charge big time for running his dogs around, right? One time when I worked at the veterinary hospital, one of his black-mouthed curs, his and Carolyn's, I say his, but they're both their babies. He had fed his dog supper for the night, and then somebody called, and he took his dog to run and track that deer. Well, because the dog had already eaten and you're running, you know, those dogs are just running, he actually twisted his gut and he became obstructed, which, you know, will just kill you if you're a person or whatever you are, animal. And so we did emergency surgery. I think Bat called at 5 o'clock in the morning. I was like, hello. And he said, we got an emergency. So I booked it up there. Tyler was working with me at the time, John Tyler, and he came with me, and we did emergency surgery that morning on his puppy dog. And so then that's when we learned, don't feed them, you know, until after dark, which is what he had done, but then he got called out, and then that's when we learned, well, you can't run deer after, you know, they eat. And I was like, oh, that makes good sense. That makes a lot of good sense, doesn't it? I know. So anyway, that was a scary time though, because they love those dogs like family, like we all do. And so I was in there like it was mine too. It was just scary. But anyway, so that's what took me so long. I thought I was just gonna dump food for kitty cats. I told Bill Brazier, I said, I'm just feeding kitty cats here. And he said, you don't need some more kitty cats, do you? Because he lives on down the road now. And he said, I think he's got 4 cats and that just showed up that he feeds. And now he said he's got a stray dog. And I said, we got a stray dog here. It's like certain times of the year, people are just dumping and dumping and dumping and dumping and dumping. One time people dumped a stray dog at my house, and it got 2 chickens before I could even get out there to it. Because y'all know I let my chickens out. They like to run around. Y'all were just sliding out of that phone case. And so anyway, I put y'all back. I'm about to spill y'all. But I just wish people would just not get animals, you know. If you don't want to take care of them, it's so easy not to get one, you know. Just don't do it. So anyway, I told Mr. Bill that I didn't know if John had found the deer or not, or if Mr. Gary. I did tell John, if Gary's dog finds that deer, you better get a picture with the deer and the dog together, because I've got to post it and do a big shout out thank you for finding it. So hopefully anyway, so yeah, it ended up taking forever at the dumpster, and we do that out here. It's hilarious. I call it dumpster close, but if you get out the dumpster, it's usually men involved. It'll be 4 or 5 men at a dumpster, all talking. Some are in side by side, some are in their trucks, and I call it the dumpster close. This is mineral water that I drank, y'all, and it's sparkling. I fell in love with sparkling water traveling to Europe with Bridget, because when I asked for water with lemon, they always bring me a sparkling water with lemon. I'm like, ooh, you know. Well, then I fell in love with it, and then I found out, like, this one is mineral water, and when we drink all that purified water, it's actually flushing the minerals our body has in us out and not giving us any. And so it's bad, okay? So to stay hydrated, we need those minerals. So I realized we're passing all kinds of hunters. I mean, we just live in Hunter Valley out here. There's an armadillo on the side of the road. He said, I'm getting started early this afternoon. But anyway, we need those minerals to stay hydrated, and I have to stay very hydrated. All of us should, all of us, but I can tell if I don't, then I start getting migraines like this and this and this, and mine are the real ones that put me in bed and make me sick to my stomach, and they blind me for a little bit. I absolutely cannot see, so they're kind of scary. I've done that since I was 10, so they don't scare me as much anymore. They just agitate me really bad, because I'm like, I don't have time for this. So I just try to stay very hydrated, and so that's what that is. And it's from Mexico, so it's still in glass bottles. And it amazes me, you know, we all grew up, well, not all of us, some of us are young enough we didn't, but I grew up, and lots of us did, drinking out of glass bottles. And now if I take this in, I went in the funeral home with my daddy after my mama passed away, and I had one of these with me, and my good friend Alex says, what are you drinking? Like, he thought I was drinking, I don't know, some alcoholic is what I figure. And I think how quickly we forget that, you know, everything. But now if you have something in a glass bottle, it's like, what are you drinking? Amy, what are you drinking? You know, and used to that was no big deal. So I love it in glass though. I wish we still did glass. I really do. I really, really do. I'm going to stop here. I have to feed my grand dogs if I go by. Well, I don't have to. But they chase and they run. They're in a wireless fence. And they are the cutest. And let me see if they're out here. John and Tyler. Yep, there they are. We're going to go feed them. They know my vehicle, and they whine and they cry if I pass by and don't feed them a treat. And y'all know I feed them treats. Yes, I do. I keep them right here in the Ziploc. Y'all want to go see them? Somebody dumped one of them off, and they rescued the other from a shelter. So let's go see them. Let me switch up. Oh, better put this emergency brake on. Y'all don't let me forget. Leave it on and drive to the house. Hey, darling, see, they're in a wireless fence, so they can't come. And they say, "No, we know that's Mimi." And Mimi got treats. Y'all see how happy they are. This is Rat. Hang on, Rat baby. I'm coming in here, baby. So, there he is. That's Rat baby. Somebody dumped. And this is Sister. They got her at a shelter years ago. Hey, Rat man. He's so pretty. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He got dumped, I think, last year after hunting season. We figured maybe he didn't hunt well. You know how that goes. Hey, sister girl, can I get some loving? Oh my goodness, she's so sweet. Yes, she is. All right, I'm going to see y'all later, all right? Love y'all. So, did you find your deer?
Nope.
No. And Mr. Gary brought his dog? Uh-oh. That ain't good. He was going to find Mr. Beanie's next. You wonder how I know that?
How you know that?
Well, I stopped at the dumpster to feed the kitties, and Bill Brazier was at the dumpster.
Okay.
You know what he said? Has John found his deer yet? I was like, huh? I was like, are you kidding? How do you know that? And he said Mr. Beanie had talked to him, and Mr. Beanie called Gary to bring the dog, and he said, well, I got to go to John's first. So I hate that. I hate y'all didn't find it. And that was a good deer.
All I can do is make the best effort I can make, and that's all.
Well, baby, you usually lay them down. I hate that. That's disgusting.
I got too big a hurt. That's the bottom line.
How many points do you think he had?
At least 10.
At least 10.
At least 10.
I want to go look myself.
That dog he combed the world down there. He tracked him on the other side of Cane Creek, and that gets on somebody else.
That's what I was supposed to say, that
And-
he crossed the water.
And if he'd have been bad hurt, he'd have laid down in that water. And he crossed 3 different creeks, and he didn't lay down.
Poor deer.
I hate it.
Poor deer. Oh dear, I'm recording you.
I know. Give me some sugars. I got to get in the woods.
You gotta get in the woods?
I got to get in the woods. Get back in the saddle.
You gotta go kill something else
Got
again?
to kill something else.
All right.
Shot my gun. It's not the gun, it's me. It's within a half inch at 100 yards.
Well, Mr. Benny did the same thing because Bill told me. He said Mr. Benny went and...
Hey.
I've been at the dumpster club, but that was the first time, that was the first time I ever met Mr. Bill. And he told me he grew up right down the road from you. You know what I'm talking about? Bill Brazier. He said he grew up right down the road from you in that house.
Slender man.
In that house that burned down. He said his aunt is Miss Wanda Johnson.
Yep.
And yeah, and he said he runs into you in town and stuff. I told him I'd welcome him to come down here and visit with you, but I didn't know if you're in the woods or what. So he said
I had to go feed all my animals and make sure they're good. That comes first. Now we're going back to the woods, see what else we can slaughter.
What did you feed? The cows? Yeah. Okay. Okay, darling. Well, I'll let you go.
I love you, sweetie. I'll see you later.
Love you too. Bye-bye. Okay. Well, that was a bad ending, wasn't it? I was hoping we'd see a nice harvest. I don't like when something... I like it to, well, I don't deer hunt. But if I did, well, I know I wouldn't. But if somebody does, I like it to be alive and then not. And then no waste. So that's sickening. Anyway. And until John's ill about it, because he doesn't ever do that. But anyway, guys, I'm going to get in here and I will see y'all soon. I just wanted to tell y'all mostly about the Cornish hens that's on sale at Big Star. And this, they're going to, only people in town that's going to have that, okay, grocery store wise, and Walmart. So go get you that. Oh, I promised to show y'all all these towels. I knew. My video is going to be too long and cut off the sound, right? I know it. I thought it was going to be about 10 minutes. See these towels? They're nice. Big old towels. See that? Nice bath towels. Has a gray stripe on them. White. Guess how much one of these is? $1.74. And if you've bought towels lately, you know they're $5 and $6 and stuff like that. So, yeah, Walmart's got a whole box of them. But I'm telling you, I got 6 for each of my kiddos' families and washcloths. So, y'all run up there and get you some before Black Friday. There's no telling what they have out now, but I just miss out because I don't go do that. I'm not gonna go fuss and fight for stuff. I don't care for that. So anyway, guys, I got to get off here before it gets too long. I love y'all, and I will see y'all soon.